Hey, this is a second repairability attempt for Miss Lillian Wideman. Show you guys the tools that I'll be using today. Is that all-in-one roof snake with a seal breaker and nail installer, a cat's claw precision nail puller for those hard to get nails, so we don't have to go under the shingles to get them, a regular hammer and nails. So as you can see here, we're going to mark out a wind damaged shingle. You can see the seal's broken. You can see clearly where that's damaged at the top. I'm going to be using this flat end as it's designed to just carefully break the seals on the shingles directly above to find out which tab this is. That is a far right tab. And so we got 3 tabs here. And that's going to be our area of repair. I'm going to go ahead and just break all the rest of the seals just as carefully as I can. Notice I'm not jamming it in super hard, just using enough force to break that mastic adhesive bond that's holding the shingles together. Notice I'm attacking it from 2 ways as to minimize any kind of ripping of the shingle. The damage is so widespread on this roof, and the aging condition of it's not so great. Let's get an overview here, just to see the area that we're working with prior to pulling any nails out, so that you guys can see what we're working with. All right, let's get up close to this first shingle I'll be pulling a nail out of. Before. Yep. So this one right here. And notice I'm just gonna slightly lift, and there's 2 ways you can pull a nail out. You can go in from under and you can jimmy it up like that. We prefer the precision nail puller so that the nails don't pull through and it doesn't leave big gaping holes in the shingle. Notice I just gently tap the hammer, grab it with the teeth, and work that nail head out. This method prevents any kind of nail heads pulling through. I'm going to give it a couple taps just to see what gravity's holding on to. For the adjusts who are watching, you can see up there at the top of that shingle, you can see where that fiberglass matting is cracked, is broken. All right, on to the next one. Let's get a good before that. You guys see the before, the during, and the after. You got a good before this?
Yep.
All right, lift it just slightly. Notice I'm not cranking back on it. Not even going past about 45 degrees. Not even going past probably 40 degrees. And you can see where those shingles are just dancing around up there, that point of stress on it, as I just gently work that nail out, just enough to be able to put my tool under. Give it a couple taps to see what gravity's hanging on to. And you can see up here at the top of this one, you can see where that fiberglass matting is cracked. It's broken as well. Let's go on to the next one. Let's get a good before. Got a good before this. All right, here's your during. Just lift it just slightly, just enough to be able to work this precision nail cat's claw in. And pull that nail out gently. Give it a couple taps to see what gravity's hanging on to. And you can see on this one too, pretty well. You can see where that fiberglass matting is cracked. It's broken. It's no longer functioning the way it was. All right, let's go on to the next one. Let's get a good before that. Yep. Good before, during. Got 2 nails in this one. Notice I'm not cranking back on the shingles. Most repair guys aren't this careful. 1 and 2. And you can see up at that point of stress on top. Well, let me see if I can grab it. Yep. All right, 1 and 2. And just enough room for me to put my tool under, to work under. Notice it's not even at 45 degrees. Give it a couple taps to see what gravity's hanging on to. You can see up there at the top of that shingle where that fiberglass matting is cracked. It's broken. All right, on to the next one. Yep, get a good before, during. Give it a couple taps. Then you can see with each hammer blow, these shingles are just really just degrading more and more. All right, there's a couple taps to see what gravity's hanging on to. You can see up here at the top of that shingle where that fiberglass matting is cracked, is broken. Let's go on to the next. Get a good before. All right, here's your during. All right. I'm gonna angle this tool. Notice I'm not even lifting up at like 30 degrees. Just trying to be as careful as I can. Most repair guys aren't this careful. So it's sunk in pretty far. Yep. Got it. Just enough for me to put my tool in there and work. And you can see up at the top of this one, you can see where that fiberglass matting is cracked, it's broken as well. Go to the next one, the last and final one we're gonna be pulling a nail out of. Good to go before. All right, stirring. Yeah, you can see with each hammer blow, you can see how these shingles are just degrading more and more. And just enough to be able to work our tool in here. 1 and 2. See what gravity's hanging on to, give it a couple taps. And you can see where that fiberglass matting is cracked, it's broken as well. All right, that should just be out with the old and in with the new. All right, and just clean up our work area here a little bit and slide this new shingle in its place. All right. Some nails, and everywhere I pull the nail out, I will be putting the nail back in. So I just want to stick my tool under here, just enough room. Notice I'm not cranking back super hard on the shingles. And you can see on all of these shingles where the point of stress is, where they had to be moved to get nails out or put nails in. You can see that with each hammer blow, they're just getting worse and worse. So I'm driving these nails home. Everywhere I pulled one out, I'm putting one back in. All right. So with the amount of widespread damage that we have here on this roof, as a contractor, to repair something like this, I would literally have to keep going down to the ground to get another shingle, to get another shingle, to get another shingle, as it would be almost better to leave this damaged the way that it is rather than try to do a repair, as there is no warranty on something like this. This will be the next thing that leaks. You know, it's, as far as insurance goes, I don't know what the policy says, but I know that this is worse than the one damaged shingle. It would be almost better just to leave the damaged shingle where it was. With the amount of widespread damage that we have here, there's no way we can put our name on something like this. So we would ask that Allstate wouldn't either, as this repairability attempt has failed. Thanks for watching.